The frozen silence of Antarctica has always held secrets that few dare to disturb. Beneath its endless sheets of ice lies a world untouched by sunlight for millions of years, a place so cold, so alien, that even time itself seems to slow. In 2012, a group of Russian scientists from the Arctic and Antarctic Research Institute embarked on one of the most dangerous and ambitious expeditions in modern exploration. Their mission was simple in words, but nearly impossible in execution. To reach and study Lake Vostok, a subglacial lake buried more than 2 miles beneath the surface of Antarctic ice. What they found, however, would shake them to their core. The story begins in February of that year, as temperatures outside their remote outpost plummeted to -60 degrees Celsius. For months, the team had been drilling through ancient ice, layer by layer, in pursuit of a goal humanity had chased since the lake's discovery in the mid-20th century. The operation was delicate, every movement measured, every sound amplified by the hollow vastness of their surroundings. The drill's vibrations echoed through the frozen corridors of time, disturbing sediments that had not felt warmth or light since before the first humans walked the earth. To most, this was a story of scientific triumph, man versus nature, intellect versus isolation. But to those who were there, it became something else entirely. Because after 30 years of planning, setbacks, and secrecy, when the final layer of ice broke and the pressurized water of Lake Vostok surged upward, something unexpected came with it. The moment was recorded in the expedition's logs. A sudden shift in pressure, a faint humming sound, then silence. When the first sample of water was retrieved, sealed, secured, and flash frozen for analysis, the men felt an unease they couldn't explain. It wasn't the fear of contamination or failure. It was something deeper, more instinctual. Something was wrong with what they'd brought up. Lake Vostok had been sealed from the surface for over 15 million years. Whatever life might exist there would be older than any known species, primitive, microbial at best. Yet, when the biologists began to examine the samples under portable microscopes, they saw patterns that didn't fit any known form, movements that seemed coordinated, not random, as bacteria should be. Dr. Sergei Bulat, the team's lead microbiologist, described it later as organized chaos, tiny structures that appeared to respond to changes in light and temperature, as if aware of their surroundings. He urged caution. The water, he warned, could contain unknown biohazards. It was sealed and shipped back to St. Petersburg for further study. But before the samples could be fully analyzed, communication with the Vostok base abruptly ceased. For 5 days, no word came from the team. Severe weather made radio contact impossible, or so the official explanation said. When a rescue unit finally reached the outpost, they found the camp abandoned. Equipment lay scattered across the snow, drills frozen mid-motion. The generators still hummed faintly, their fuel untouched. There were no footprints leading away from the station, only the howling wind. A month later, the Russian government issued a brief statement. The Vostok team has completed drilling operations successfully. All personnel are safe. But no interviews were granted. The surviving scientists were never seen in public again. Years passed. Rumors spread through scientific circles. Whispers of mutations, classified results, and international cover-ups. An American researcher, Dr. John Priscu from Montana State University, who had worked closely with Russian counterparts, hinted that what they found down there may have implications beyond biology. His words were cautious, measured, but his eyes betrayed unease. Then, in 2013, fragments of the original samples were leaked. A report published in PLOS One identified a mysterious genetic sequence, one that matched no known organism on Earth. Not bacterial, not fungal, not animal. The DNA strands were longer, more complex. One scientist who analyzed them called it something out of place in time. Skeptics dismissed it as contamination. Others weren't so sure. Satellite data later showed unusual heat signatures beneath the Vostok region, as if something massive was generating energy beneath the ice. The area was quietly reclassified as restricted research territory with limited international access.